So I'm here with the one and only Reverend Billy.
Amen.
So you are a reverend with a church. Tell us a little bit about your church, its mission.
The people in our flock are New Yorkers who've walked away from organized religion. And we've walked away from the biggest religion of all, which is the chain stores and big box stores, consumerism. We think that that's the fundamentalistic religion in this country. And we don't want to be a part of that.
How do you make the comparison between consumerism and religion? What's the analogy there?
When you think about it, the really big companies, the famous companies with the famous logos that seem to have bought our government, they try to control our behavior. They put us in the same lines, waiting for the same products. We would go into debt when we're swiping our plastic. They put us in traffic jams. They clothe us. Our clothing is covered with their logos. Now we're doing their advertising for them. Our behavior is controlled. Our daylight hours are controlled by these big companies. New Yorkers in particular, we suffer from thousands of advertising events every day.
What do you say to people who say that consumerism puts food on the table of people and gives people jobs and provides for our economy?
Consumerism has spoken for itself. When it collapsed last year, it turned out it wasn't giving us jobs, it wasn't giving us prosperity, and we were being robbed by a bunch of Wall Street big boys. And so we're living with less, we're conserving more, which some people say is bad for the economy. I disagree. Saving money is good for the right kind of economy. The old economy, you went up to that big, Staples or Walmart or whatever it was, and you gave them $1, and 50 cents of that dollar disappeared. You didn't know where it was going. It was going to Wall Street. But if you go to a shop on your street that you can walk to or take a bicycle to, and you may know the person behind the counter for many years, you see that money spent in your own neighborhood. 90% of that money gets spent right in front of you, on you. You're making an economy together. Now, you might say that's romantic, that's the way it was in the old days. No, we think it's the future. Your favorite shop down the street, the old couple that runs the pharmacy, the hardware store, the flower shop, the diner, these places have been run out of town by the chain stores and by the big boys because the chain stores and big boys have had as their business partner the mayor of this city. We have to change how we're living. It's not going to come from policies and professionals telling us what to do in their ivory towers. It's people saying, oh, now I've got to insulate my house. I've got to get off that energy grid. I've got to get off that waste grid. We can't keep sending barges full of, we export 600 tons of plastic toothbrushes every year. They're just on the barges going up these rivers because we're paying poorer states to take our trash. Well,
that
we
literally
shouldn't be doing
plastic
that.
Toothbrushes, or is that just the figure?
It's 597 plastic toothbrush, 597 tons of plastic toothbrushes every 12 months.
You also have a movie.
Well, yes, we do. What would Jesus buy? That's a good question.
Who
would Jesus vote for?
There you go.
Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you very much. And if you are anti-consumerism and you would like to see the small town mentality preserved,
Amen.
I believe this would be your man.